Okay, these guys have done a great job. They're about to lose it. You know, they've had it with this video, but you're there, okay? You're there, okay? Now, what is the change in kinetic energy total? Well, we know that this is going to be 0, right? The kinetic energy, oh, you can't see up there, can you? Wait a second. Excuse me. What is the change in kinetic energy? This kinetic energy here, let's rewrite that, let's redraw that, okay? Okay, now, here I have, here, the kinetic energy equals 0, correct? So that's the final, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be the change in kinetic energy is going to equal the kinetic energy final minus the kinetic energy initial, right? So what's the total initial kinetic energy that I started with? Total. In other words, when I started, I wasted a lot of energy. But what's the total energy that was used? Isn't it going to be the force that I used? So isn't it going to be this 200 Newton force, correct? Up 100 meters?
Yeah.
And what's the total kinetic energy that I started with then? What's the total kinetic energy I started with? Isn't it right here, 20,000 joules? So what's the total change of kinetic energy? What's the total change of kinetic energy? What's the total change of kinetic energy? So this is going to be kinetic energy total. What's that going to equal? What's the total kinetic energy change? What's the total kinetic energy change?
19,000.
No, the total change. What did I start with? Now, we know only 500 joules of this went into the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that true? Yes? Well, what was the total change of kinetic energy? What kinetic energy must I have started with in order to get it up there? 20,000 joules, right?
Yeah.
Right? So it'll be negative 20,000 joules, right? Correct? You see that? Now, what is the kinetic energy change usable? What is it usable? 500 joules. That's the usable, right? Correct?
Yes.
Yes? Yes? All right, now, what is the change in potential energy?
Positive 20,000.
No, because did all of that go into potential energy? No, I lost a lot of it. It was gonzo, gone. But what was the change in potential energy? In other words, how much potential energy did this skier have at the top of the hill? Isn't it going to be right here? Can I erase this? Can I erase this here? Can I erase that? Yeah? Isn't that going to be force times distance? Isn't it? So what is FO 600 times 21? Right? Isn't DO 21 meters? Isn't it? Well,
It's 12,600.
12,000 plus or minus. plus.
Plus.
Because it has that, it was given that. So it's gonna be plus 12,600, right? You see how that equals the work? Output is the same thing? You see how the ideal work is what? What's the ideal work? What's the ideal work? What's the ideal work?
12,000.
12,600, right? Right? You see that? That's the ideal work. That's what it should have been. But I had that. I had that. That's what I started with, right? So what was the net work? What was the net work? 500 joules, right, exactly. 500 joules, right? A very complicated problem. Those of you at home, I would suggest going over this video and asking me tomorrow, coming in with questions. I'll give you another problem tomorrow. Different numbers. Listen carefully. Listen very carefully. Are you ready? When doing this problem from beginning to end, use tenths place. Minimum. Understood? Use tenths place. Yes? Excellent. He looks like he's had it completely. He's done. He's finished. Burnt. Toast, as we say. Back home. Toast. Okay. I'm done. Have a great day.